What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. We are here. We are live. I felt like we haven't gone live in so long, but happy to be here today. We will be predicting the last week's schedule, the regular season. So, how cool is that? We're rating the last week. I felt like the season just flew by, which is not great, but it is what it is, right? And before we do get into these schedule predictions, I do want to say, we have a lot of respect out there for Damar Hamlin and his family. We're going to pay our respects. We've been setting out prayers. It is crazy what went down that past game against the Bills and the Bengals. And I know a lot of people are sending a lot of love towards Damar Hamlin, but also remember it wasn't anyone's fault. So don't be sending any hate to T. Higgins or anything like that. It is part of the game. It's just very unfortunate. Um, but hoping and praying for a quick recovery. Let's get right into it. We see that Liam's already here. Liam says, "Yo, appreciate you being here, Liam. Love you, man. Let's get into this. Help us pick some games. First game, we got the AFC. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. We saw last week that Jarrett Stidham, he played pretty well against the Niners defense. He was out there, a good game manager, and it seemed things to get rolling here. I don't think this is much competition. I think the Kansas City Chiefs will steamroll right over the Raiders. No question on my part. I'm picking the Chiefs here.
Yeah, man. So am I. The Raiders did play decently well this past week, but I think just Kansas City is just way too above par against them. So give me Kansas City.
Kansas City. Liam has the Raiders. There's a sleeper pick for the week. I can't, disagree. You don't know what the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do. Are they going to go all out? I'm not too sure. But I think the weeks prior to that, we just seen Kansas City play with their food, which I don't think they're going to do this week. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are on the up and up. Tennessee Titans have not found any rhythm. I don't think they're going to be playing Derrick Henry or a lot of the key players that they have. I know this is a divisional game, but I think they accepted their fate that they will not be number one in that division. Well, they can't be. Well, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars here, just steamrolling over the Titans. Not too much though. I can see them resting some starters like ETN, but give me the Jaguars here.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with the Jags. There was something. Liam says I think Jacobs will have a game. Most likely, I think Jacobs could come and stir some things up against Kansas City. But back to this game, the Titans with Mike Vrabel. They are so bad with injuries. I think they could even rival the 49ers. Maybe they aren't as bad as like star players, but they do have a lot of injuries. There was a little comment on ESPN saying that Mike Vrabel has horrible player management, that everybody gets hurt. So I guess now he's making up for that. But just because of that, I don't think, just like you said, AJ, he plays Derrick Henry. He plays all the stars because he's trying to play for next season already. And that's why I'm going with the Jags here.
Nice. Okay, so we got Jags together. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns going against the Pittsburgh Steelers, another divisional game. This game should be really exciting, right? Because we came into the season saying that Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. I came out of the preseason saying that this is going to be the year that he has a losing season. Now, this game determines everything, right? Because guess what? They're not out of the playoffs just yet. They're not out. They have a sliver of a chance. So they have to win this game to keep those playoff chances alive or for them to actually get into the playoffs. Now, will it be an easy game for them? I think not. This is a divisional game, played very tough. I don't think Cleveland's going to allow them to just walk into the playoffs with a win. It's going to be a tough game, but I feel like they're coming out short. I'm going to stick with my guns here. I think Mike Tomlin gets his first losing season. Give me the Browns.
Oof, man. I don't wish ill upon Mike Tomlin, but the way the Browns have been playing lately, Deshaun Watson is kind of coming into his own. He's getting back into the football feel. We don't root for him at all, to be honest. I think all of our bets this past week were for him to suck. And but I think the Browns are just playing too well. Nick Chubb is back in that offense. He's playing well. So is Amari Cooper. And so are their tight ends, Njoku and whoever else is out there. They're tight end too. But that's why I'm going to go with the Browns here. I like the Steelers. I'm glad they won last week against the Ravens, even though it messed up my schedule from last week. But I think it's good when the Steelers win. And Nestor right here just came in at the right time. Sorry, Nestor, we're going against the Steelers this week.
Sorry, man. I think Mike Tomlin gets his first losing season. Not that I want him to get it. It's just, that's just what we think. Going forward, we got the Baltimore Ravens against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals can still be shooken up from the week prior, but this is another divisional game, another great game, right? So Baltimore, they're leading the division, and Cincinnati, they're there, right? They've been catching fire. They've been looking good. Now, with the health with Lamar Jackson, that is worrisome. The health with the running backs out there in Baltimore, that is worrisome. The wide receivers, worrisome. Their defense hasn't really been showing out to what they should be showing. I don't think they stand a chance against the Cincinnati Bengals. Honestly, I think this is a great matchup for the Bengals, and they're going to steamroll all over their defense. So give me the Bengals here.
Yeah, man. I honestly, at this point, I think Lamar Jackson is going to be resting until they make the playoffs. If they do, willing everything that's going on in the AFC right now, I'm pretty sure they will end up making it. But I'm going with the Bengals here too. They've played hot the past few weeks. I just think it's a no-brainer if Lamar Jackson's going to sit out.
This is weird. I don't like agreeing with you here, Vince. Okay, so I can't wait to get to the Seattle game because I don't know. I might choose someone different. But this next game, we got the New England Patriots against the Buffalo Bills. Now, Patriots and Patriots fans, they're all annoyed because it's been on and off weeks. They're hot, they're cold. Mac Jones is not who he is said to be, and he's a horrible quarterback, horrible human being. He's a dirty player. I'm gonna stack all that up on there. But this should be another steamrolled game with the Buffalo Bills right over the New England Patriots, even if the Bills are sitting out players or whatnot, whatever you want to say. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, man. I think the Patriots will play all right this week. It's going to be a divisional game. They usually play pretty decent against divisional opponents, but this one is in Bills Stadium. It's not going to go well for them. I think the Bills sweep them here.
Nice. So we're still in agreement over here. Our next game, we got the Houston Texans going against the Indianapolis Colts. As you and Reed would usually say, two very stinky teams. But I don't see any reason why Houston would want to win this game. I really don't. Why would they want to win this game? Why would the Colts want to win this game? I really don't see it. But Colts are already in cap hell just because of Matty Ice. And honestly, if it wasn't for those circumstances of getting a high draft pick, I think the Texans would win this game. But for Jeff Saturday, I think he will pull out with a win. And not a very good one, a very sloppy win, but it will be a win. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, man. Everything in my brain right now is telling me to go with the Texans just because it would probably benefit us a little bit with that draft positioning, but they didn't win last week, so it's not really going to help us get to that number one spot. But I think also with the Colts, like cap hill that you were saying, I think they win so that they go down spot just to save them a little bit of money with that, whoever they draft in the first round or second round, all that type of stuff. But give me the Colts here too. I think we're going to agree on this game, but this next game we might not.
We might not. Okay, so we got the New York Jets going against the Miami Dolphins, who are a legit team. But whenever they don't have Tua back there, they are very unlegit, for lack of better words. They don't look very good without Tua, right? And now with Teddy Bridgewater with a dislocated pinky, we're going to have, I already forgot his name. I literally did my notes right before the segment, but they're going to have some third string quarterback who is not very relevant. I would want to say, a lack of better words, but they also did sign Mike Glennon, who will not be playing probably. The Jets need a win here to keep their playoff chances alive. They need a win, and they need another team to lose. I forgot what team it is. I think the Patriots. I'm not too sure. But I got the Jets winning here. I think sauce up the Miami's offense.
Yeah, man, I just looked it up. Their third string right now is Skylar Thompson. He did play a little bit this season. He didn't do the best, as we had been talking about right now. But since they did sign, what's his name? Mike
Glennon.
Mike Glennon. I think there will be a QB battle there. Teddy Bridgewater's probably not going to be able to go. They were saying that he can't throw the football at all with that hand, so he's not looking to get to play. But I still think that the Dolphins could get a win here.
Ooh, wow. All
That
right.
whole division is tight within the Patriots, Jets, Dolphins. I don't think that this game has any effect on who wins because of the Bills, of course. But it does affect the playoff seeding, especially with some of the news that we heard. There could be some switch ups there in the playoffs just because of the Monday night game that happened against the Bills and Bengals. But I still think that there's life with the Dolphins. They have a lot of stars. This is the last week. They need to make a statement, and I'm pretty sure they just want to go out with a win. So I'm going Dolphins here. I think they could upset the Jets, even though I think the Jets have the better team currently without Tua.
So we got a tie right here. So our tiebreaker will be the people on our comment section. So the comment section comment, who do you think will win, the New York Jets or the Miami Dolphins? So whoever gets the most picks will be our tiebreaker here. And before we move on, I do want to mention that the head coach for the Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, did come out and say, they asked him, why did you sign Mike Glennon? He's like, well, I thought he was pretty cool because his name is Mike. Because they share the same first name. So I thought that was pretty funny. Next up, we got the Chargers and the Broncos country. Let's ride. It's probably the only time we're going to be able to say this. Reed says Jets, so he's out there. He's lurking around. So he's voting Jets. So far, the Jets are winning it unless we get some other people voting otherwise. But Chargers, Broncos, I think the Broncos stand no chance here. Chargers all the way. This is actually the Sunday night football game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure when they made the schedule, they're pretty much like predicting, oh, this is going to come down to the wire. This is going to be a huge game changer to see who makes the playoffs, who's in, who's out, and total opposite. Big disappointment. Give me the Chargers here. Chargers winning it 100%.
Yeah, man. I want the Broncos to lose just for our draft positioning. If they do lose this next game and there a couple of other things happen, we could end up getting the second overall pick. It is a stretch currently, but right now we're slotted to get the third pick, and I want the Broncos to lose, so we solidify that. So give me the Chargers here. I just think they're the better team. Russell Wilson finally got as many touchdowns as he has bathrooms in his house, but that doesn't matter anymore because they're still at the bottom of the NFL.
Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings going against the Chicago Bears. The Bears. Now, as just like I said with the Houston Texans, why would the Bears want to win here? Right? They didn't have the season that they were hoping for. I don't even think they're going to start Justin Fields, or at best, they're probably going to start him for the first half. Because why would you? Why would you risk starting your franchise QB? I don't think it's happening. Minnesota Vikings could be sitting out some players as well, but they are also fighting for home chances, right? Because they dropped down a level. Now the Niners are second. They need to get back up, and if the Niners lose, they could capitalize on that. Give me the Vikings here. Should be a no-brainer.
Yeah, man, I definitely think that I need the Bears to win so we can get the second pick, but I don't think that's going to happen against the Vikings, even if the Vikings sit a bunch of players. But like you just said, they're fighting for home field advantage in the playoffs. So I think they do come out swinging at least for the first half to get a big lead over the Bears. But I also think Justin Fields will not play because he did fall out of this past game with an injury. I think it was to his hip. Not 100% sure on that, but he might not play just because of that injury.
Yikes. So cool. We got the Vikings up next. We got the Carolina Panthers going against the New Orleans Saints. Now, Sam Darnold has been hot. I don't know how, but he's been making things happen over there in Carolina. And Saints haven't been hot on all season long. I just have. I don't even know who their starting quarterback is. I really don't. It's Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston, Andy Dalton. You got so many people out there. I don't think they know what they're doing. Give me the Panthers. They're a more organized team, and I think they'll like to end off the year with a bang.
Yeah, man. I definitely think it's going to be hard for them to run the rock against the Saints, but with that two-headed monster back there at the running back position with Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman, I think they can get it done. Give me the Panthers here.
Dang, we are agreeing way too much here, Vince. our tiebreaker chances between you and I are probably not going to happen. But moving forward, we got the Buccaneers going against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is where we might choose differently, right? Here, I don't see why the Buccaneers would have this as an important game to win, right? They're solidified as the fourth spot in their division. Why would they risk starting Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, maybe Tom Brady, a lot of defensive players out there? I don't think they risk that. They are too much of a vet team. They know better, right? So give me the Atlanta Falcons winning this game.
Oof. I still think that the Buccaneers will play their starters. I'm not too sure if Kyle Trask might come in. He is the third string quarterback right now, but he is someone that they did draft late in the NFL draft. But they also have Blaine Gabbert. So I think they will play their starters for a little bit just to get some rhythm going into the playoffs because they haven't looked the best these past weeks. They've been another team that's been on and off. But give me the Bucks here. I think they're going to win.
Ooh, okay. So we need another tiebreaker from the comment section. So if you are watching the comments, choose who you think will win, the Bucks or the Falcons, and then we will break the tie. Next up, we got my lock game of the week. We got the Arizona Cardinals against the San Francisco 49ers. As of now, I don't even think the Cardinals know who's going to be starting QB for them. But whoever it is going up against that grade A defense, I know it looked like they struggled last week. I just think they're tweaking up a few things. I'm glad it happened then instead of 2 weeks from now. But it's an easy pick for me. Give me the Niners here all day. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with the Niners here. I think these next two games, there is a reason why these two teams are at the top of the NFC West. They're just the better teams. And when they go up against like the Cardinals, the San Francisco is going to win. And then this next game we're going to talk about, Seahawks are going to beat the Rams, even if the Rams have been playing pretty good with what's his face from
with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker.
Speaking of that game, that is our game that we are predicting next. We got the LA Rams going against the Seattle Seahawks at Seattle Seahawks home. Did you know that the odds or US America has the Rams winning this game?
Really? I was looking at some of the odds or whatever, and it says we're supposed to win by 6.5 points here.
Well, a lot of people, these are fan votes.
Fan votes.
Yeah, fan votes. So a lot of people are believing in Baker Mayfield and what he's been doing. I just don't think it's real. I mean, I think it's, like when you order something off of Wish and you're like, oh, that looks so cool, right?
And
it's
you
cool.
get the tiny little.
It comes in and it's just like all like cheap plastic, super small. And what are you supposed to do with it? It doesn't do anything really. It doesn't do what the picture said it was supposed to do. I think that's the product of the Rams right now. I'm going to go ahead and end off the year, the regular season, picking the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, nice, AJ. But what you were just saying, it reminded me of that little meme. By the way, I'm going to go Seahawks. We already know that. But it reminded me of that little meme when it's the guy, he looks weird and he has a stick and he's poking something. He's like, do something.
Oh yeah, the little hand drawn picture.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, that's the Rams. It's a false product, guys. So don't fall for it. Up next, we got two divisional games. We got the New York Giants going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles they're fighting for the top spots out there in the NFC. Now, as a Niners fan, I want the Eagles to lose, right? Because then you have a chance for the Niners to become the first overall spot in the NFC. So I want to go with the underdog pick here. I want to go with the New York Giants winning this game. So give me the Giants here. Week 18 upset.
Yeah. So there's some speculation that they might want to play Jalen Hurts in this game because of that home field advantage that they could obtain with it. I'm not 100% sure on how healthy he is. That shoulder is still giving him issues, but I think even if Gardner Minshew plays, I think that they could take advantage of the Giants right now. They do have a couple guys injured on defense, but this is a divisional game, so it could go either way. But I'm going with the Eagles here. I think they still are the better team.
Nice, nice. You all know the rules. We got another tiebreaker that needs to be broken. So in the comment section, comment down below who you think's going to win, the New York Giants or the Philadelphia Eagles, which I'm pretty sure I know which way it's going to go. But up next, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Now, of course, if I want everything to go perfect for the Niners, I got to have the Cowboys lose here. But it is week 18. We can see upsets. Cowboys do need to win this game just in case the Eagles lose. And honestly, I don't believe in the ghost of Carson Wentz. I don't believe it. I don't care if they start Carson Wentz, Tyler Heineke, or whatnot. I think the Cowboys have the better chance of winning, but give me the underdogs. Give me the upset. I'll take Washington.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, so Reed says, give me the Eagles there. So there's our tiebreaker there currently. But I think I'm just going to go Cowboys here. I think the way the playoffs is shaking out, I don't think there are going to be that many teams sitting their starters the entire game. I at least think most of these teams are going to play them for a half. And if it goes down to the wire, these players might still be playing the last game. But so give me the Cowboys here. And then a fun fact here that I barely noticed about 2 games ago, all these games are all divisional rival games.
All of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was intentional.
That's pretty cool. I like that. So I'm pretty sure our tiebreaker for you guys in the comment section, you guys know what to do. Hit it up in the comment section and we'll make the tiebreaker. And then up next, we got the Detroit Lions going against the Green Bay Packers, both fighting for playoff contention. I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going with the one of the hot teams because they're both playing really hot right now. I want the Lions to win. Give me the Lions. I want them to win. I want them to go to the playoffs. I want to see MCDC go out there, go cry with his team, and just get excited to play. Give me the Lions.
You know what? I think the Seahawks by that time are going to ruin this for the Packers, but I mean the Lions. But I want the Lions to win also. If the Lions win, the Seahawks are in the playoffs. Reed's commenting down here, Packers easy because, as we know, if the Packers win, they slide into the last playoff spot. But if they lose and the Seahawks win, the Seahawks are the last playoff team. So give me the Lions here. If the Seahawks lose, I would want no one else to make the playoffs but the Lions.
He says that I am scared of the Packers. That is not true, sir. So there you have it. Those are our picks of week 18. For those of y'all who made it here live, this is the first time we did it live and probably the last time because we just had a weird schedule and we wanted to get this video out, so it was not pre-recorded. But appreciate you guys being here. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our picks. We want to keep this video pretty short and sweet. There you go. But as always, you guys, go Niners and keep on grinding.